So we have here a use of the course grid, course list, right, using the router mechanism to be able to toggle between these two versions of displaying a collection of courses. So we would like to be able to do the same thing with the course editor, right? We don't want to display the course editor until we select a course for editing. So to do that, we're going to be using the same mechanisms that we had before. We're going to toggle between the list of courses, right, and the editor, right? So that if I click on on a particular course, maybe as a hyperlink or maybe on a pencil that allows us to edit, it allows us to navigate to the editor, right? So let's do that. Let's see. We have the top level component whiteboard over here, which is displaying a course list and a course editor. So what we'll do is that in the course list, remember there's two versions of the course list. We have either the course list component or the course list and course grid. In both cases, we like to generate a hyperlink, right, using perhaps the title. So we can say here a link, right? We can yes, that one, and what we'd like to be able to do is to point to a path, right, that would allow us to edit a particular course. So it might be something like this. We might say that we're going to return edit and then the ID of the course that we want to edit. Right, so we can have here an expression that returns the course ID. Okay, and similarly, we want to do the same thing in the grid. In the grid here, we have the title of the course. We can make that a hyperlink. Oops. So let's put a link in front of this and close that link. There we go. So if we go back, notice that now these are all hyperlinks. In the list, also these are hyperlinks. Right now, they're not going anywhere, right? Right now, it's not mapped to anything. Basically, it's hiding the course list. We want to map it to the editor, right, and not display the list. So here's a course list grid as a list, and if we click on this, what's happening here is that there's nothing mapped to edit, right? And this is saying, well, I don't know what to display for edit, right? So what we can do here is that we can create a route that would display the course editor only when we see this pattern, right, /edit, and then some ID that follows. So in the whiteboard, we have the editor down here. So we don't want to display the editor until we have that URL. Notice that right now it's just displaying it because there's nothing mapped to that URL, right? If we go to grid or list, right, notice that the editor is always showing down at the bottom. So we only want to show it when we click on the course ID, and it shows the ID of the editor of the course that we want to edit, right? So let's do that. Let's wrap this course editor around a route. So this will be a route, and we'll say that if the path is the following, that has this pattern that starts with edit, right, followed by some ID, course ID, right, then we would like to display the following. We want to render the following, the course editor. So it will be a function that returns the course editor, right, only if it sees this pattern. Okay, so let's go back. Notice that now the course editor does not show. Right, we can still toggle between the grid and the list, right? And only when we click on the course ID, now we have the editor, right, with the ID. But if we go back to the grid and list, notice that it does not show at the bottom. Only when we either in the grid we click on the course, or if we're on the list, we click on the course, then it goes to the editor.